President of the United States and the President of South Korea. We know President Trump certainly loves gold, and that is quite a gift that he is being gifted right now by the people of South Korea at this big summit. Quite an interesting moment. We are going to continue to
this medal with their deep appreciation.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor, and you've been very good with Korea. It's very, very special. We have a very great relationship, and it will continue and only get stronger. Thank you very much.
대단히 감사합니다. 공중히 간직하겠습니다. 한국과 미국을 아주 강력한 동맹관계이고 앞으로도 이 국가간 동맹관계가 지속되는 것입니다.
That is really beautiful. I'd like to wear it right now. Thank you so much. We'll cherish it. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
공중히 간직하겠습니다. 대단히 감사합니다.
다음은 이재명 대통령께서 업 대통령에게 준비하신 선물입니다.
Next is a gift from President Lee Jae-myung to President Trump.
한반도의 최초 통일한 고대왕 신라의
Wow.
대표들이 있는
We're going to give something like that away?
This is the Cheonmachong gold crown, which is a key artifact that represents the Silla dynasty, the first Korean kingdom to unite the Korean peninsula.
천마총 금관은 현존하는 신라의 금관 6점 중에 가장 화려하고 큰 금관입니다.
This gold crown is the largest and most extravagant of the 6 existing gold crowns from the Silla period.
천마총 금관은 하늘의 권위, 지상의 통치를 연결한 신성함, 그리고 지도자의 강력한 리더십과 권위를 상징합니다.
The Cheonmachong gold crown symbolizes the divine connection between the authority of the heavens and sovereignty on earth, as well as the strong leadership and authority of a leader.
경주를 국비로 찾으시는 미스터 트럼프 대통령님께 한반도에 처음으로 평화를 가져온 신라의 정신과 함께 한미 동맹의 흡연기를 상징하는 이 금관을 선물로 준비하였습니다.
We present this gold crown to you on this joyous occasion of your state visit to Gyeongju, because it symbolizes the spirit of Silla, which brought peace to the Korean peninsula for the first time, and the opening of the golden age of the Korea-U.S. alliance.
Very special. Thank you very much.
한국과 미국 간의 새로운 시대를 위해 to new trust and companionship between Korea and the United States.
Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
여러분 대단히 감사합니다.
So some priceless gifts there for the United States of America and the President of the United States from the leader of South Korea. President Trump in the country for a meeting with several leaders, including the President of China, which we will have live coverage of tomorrow night right here on The Story Is. But an interesting moment that will be seen very differently by different people, depending on your political persuasions. President Trump there literally accepting a gold crown. More news after this.
1 year after Donald Trump. Stand down. You swing first.
Gold crown.
About it, but this was just madness that was going on.
It is incredible. Hey, real quick, Congressman Perry, was Hunter Biden's one of the pardons that was signed with an auto pen? Because that was signed earlier, not at the last minute. Was that also?
No, that's one of the ones that was signed. Joe Biden actually, at that point, had enough faculties to know what he was doing. He did that with intent by design. He signed it in his own hand. Thank you, Greg Kelly, by the way, for your service as a Harrier pilot. I love that about you. Nobody says anything about it. But let me just tell you this. Joe Biden, President Biden, was running a shadow presidency where he wasn't even present. It was like a Hollywood script. It was like Hollywood set up a soundstage in the White House. The problem is that when you go to the movies and you dream about it later, and you wake up and you realize, oh, that was just a bad dream. They turned this movie into reality because the reality was they changed policy. Somebody was running the office of the presidency, but it wasn't the elected official, Joe Biden. It was other people. And so while the pardons need to be vacated, probably many laws or executive orders that he signed need to be vacated because it's unclear whether he even knew what he was doing, what he was talking about, or what his intent was. And then people need to be held accountable because they were all in on this, Greg Kelly. Everybody was in on this. And when people like you and other folks, talked about what their lying eyes were seeing, that President Biden was compromised. They were you were told to shut up. You were told you're being mean. You're canceled, etc. And now after the fact, everybody has admitted it. No, that's not how this goes. Somebody has to be held accountable for this because they were all involved. This is a cover-up. It's not just helping an old guy get through his day. This is an orchestrated cover-up.
Thank you, Congressman Perry, and thank you very much. Pleasure to serve, too. I thank you for mentioning. Real quick, Attorney General Pam Bondi put this up. My team has already initiated the review of the Biden administration's reported use of the auto pen for pardons. We'll continue working with the GOP oversight to deliver accountability for the American people. Look, I'm not close enough. I know that there's some people down there who are like, oh, gosh, Pam isn't aggressive enough. And anyway, what are you hearing, Congressman Biggs, about, what is going to happen next? Are they really into it? Some of those career prosecutors, as you know, are kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, some of the careerists are actually part of the problem, and we're part of the problem in this and many other instances. But I am told, I did speak with AG Bondi several months ago. I think she's sincere and wants to get this going. But I'm going to tell you that it isn't just, and I hope she expands this isn't just about the use of the auto pen for pardons. This is exactly what Scott was talking about. They were using the auto pen, but somebody was actually running this. When you hear them talk about it, why didn't you have Joe Biden get a cognitive test? Well, because we thought it'd be bad politically. Do you know who was signing and working with the auto pen? No, we really don't know who it was. And that was coming from the chief of staff. I mean, there was so much going on outside of Joe Biden's world, and his world was limited and confined. But there were people that did not want to let this out of the bag for political purposes and for economic purposes. Some of them were going to make great deals of money off this.
And Congressman Perry, before we go,
And for the first time, we are hearing from those with direct knowledge of his disappearance. Here's Clarissa.
These are some of the last known videos of U.S. journalist Austin Tice, shown here for the first time.
It's clearly a popular revolution, right?
They were shot in the city of Yabrud in Syria in July 2012, shortly before Austin went missing 13 years ago.
It's so moving and peaceful. It's such like an act of community.
10 months after the collapse of the brutal dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad, his dungeons had been emptied. But the ghosts of tens of thousands of his prisoners remain. Among the missing, Austin Tice, journalist, U.S. Marine captain, Georgetown law student, devoted son and brother, and my friend. For me, this is personal. I've come to Syria to find out what really happened to Austin and track down the shadowy figure who knows the answer. I'm just looking back through all of these emails that Austin and I were sending each other, and I have one from Sunday, August 12th. He was getting ready to cross into Lebanon. I was getting ready to meet him in Beirut. And he says, if I cross when I have plans to, we'll be throwing back those cocktails pretty soon. Of course, plans never really work out here. I never heard from him again.
What truer words?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Weeks after Austin disappeared, a video surfaced online purporting to show him held by jihadists. Former U.S. officials tell CNN they quickly determined it was a ruse and that Austin was in the custody of the Assad regime. Safwan Bahlul was a general in external intelligence at the time and one of the last people to see Austin alive. summoned in by the man who was holding him.
I was contacted by a four-star general at that time. He was called Bassam al-Hassan. He's very close to the president, and he told me, we have caught an American journalist. We want you to interrogate in a way, or meet the guy and see the possibility if he's not a mere journalist, if he's a spy in a way. He told me that he's an ex-Marine officer. He was brave. He was not a shaky character. He wasn't shaky. He was brave enough to face his custody.
Did he ever ask you for help?
If you mean help to be freed, no, not at all. But he told me if I could obtain some things to make his life easy in the cell he was kept there. I told him, like what? He told me, some magazines, journals to read, and okay, and what else? And he told me soap and towel and
toothbrush.
Okay, and
a comb.
After that, I think the next day I was called by another guy in Bassam's office. He told me in Arabic, "Sahibna harib," which it means our pal just escaped. They discovered that he used the soap to rub his bare body with the soap. To lubricate his body, and he put the towel on broken, shattered glass, which is cemented to the external fence.
We managed to get into the compound where Safwan says he interrogated Austin, at the time under the control of Assad's Republican Guard. It was never a formal prison, the perfect place to hide a high-value captive. It could be this, look. Obviously, it's all been refurbished, so it's hard to match the descriptions exactly. But one thing particularly that Safwan talked about was this high window. You can imagine he just spent days and days in here plotting how he was going to escape. For more than 24 hours, we're told Austin was on the run in the upscale neighborhood of Meza, perhaps hoping to reach the many embassies and United Nations offices in the area. But he didn't get far.
Every security apparatus in Damascus, which they are thousands of operatives, they started search, and he was caught by one of them, and he was re-delivered to the National Defense Forces militia, which headed at that time by Bassam al-Hassan.
Al-Hassan brought Safwan in to see Austin one more time.
It wasn't like the previous times I saw him. He was optimistic and energetic.
But he had lost hope.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because I was talking to him and he was not responding. He was, in a way we could say, depressed. And I never saw the guy again.
Did you understand when you left what was going to happen to him?
It's unimaginable even. In my wildest thinking, I wouldn't suspect that he will be, let's say, he will just disappear.
So let me ask you this. Who knows what happened to Austin? Who knows the truth?
The son.
Is this him?
Can I see it? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
For years, Bassam al-Hassan stayed in the shadows. Now, CNN has obtained new, never-before-seen images of him.
There he is.
Known in regime circles as Khal or
Master.
Uncle, he was a top Assad advisor and founder of the Iran-backed National Defense Forces militia, blamed for brutal massacres. After the fall of the Assad
Another
regime,
Bin Laden,
al-Hassan
Saddam
fled
Hussein.
quickly to Iran. Then, in April of this year, he showed up in Beirut, Lebanon, and sat down with the FBI for a series of interrogations about Austin. We've been given a tip about where al-Hassan is now hiding out, an upscale apartment complex in a suburb of Beirut. One balcony and one man in particular draws our attention. By the end of a long night of watching, we're convinced it's him. Wearing hidden cameras, producer Sara Sergani and I go to confront him.
Hi, how are you? أنا اسمي كلاريسا وارد أنا مراسلة بمحطة CNN. My name is Clarissa Ward. I'm a journalist with CNN. Can I ask you a couple of questions? I'm looking for more information about my friend Austin Tice.
There's the expression on his face. Look how he's acting.
Found him.
I'm not going to tell you how we found out where you are. It's not important. We've been looking for you for a while. We know that you've given multiple different stories. Can you just tell me, because he was my friend, is Austin Tice dead?
He tells us he explained to a team from the FBI that President Assad gave him the order to execute Austin, and that the order was carried out by a subordinate.
Yeah. But you sent him to his death. Can you just tell me one thing? Can you tell me when Austin died?
2012 أكتوبر من 2012 2013 13 ولا
He refuses to give any more information. When he asks to take a photograph of us, we decide to leave. At the door, he talks about Austin's mother, Deborah Tice. His voice cracks.
Understood. Fine.
Them people over there are monsters.
It is a gut punch to think that Austin may have been killed 12 years ago.
One thing that he was very emphatic about is that Austin is dead. Austin is dead. And he wants to pass his condolences to Deborah.
Right.
CNN has confirmed that al-Hassan failed the FBI polygraph test. What is less clear is what parts of his story are a lie. In September, a U.S. delegation, including FBI investigators, came to Damascus to search for Austin's remains, based on a location given to them by al-Hassan. They came away empty-handed. The full truth of what happened to my friend may well never be known, like the fate of countless Syrians.
Everyone was keeping so many secrets.
Well, in a way.
Everyone was lying.
It's all about loyalty and nearly worshipping the commander. He's a supreme commander. He's a president. He's everything. So, lying is widely spread in the X regime, yeah. It's nothing personal. I was doing my job. That's all it is.
Austin may simply be remembered as yet another victim of the endless lies and senseless cruelty of a ruthless regime.
Our thanks to Carissa for her extraordinary and fearless reporting.
Absolutely.
The Tice family has repeatedly described Bassem al-Hassan as a liar. In a statement to CNN, this family said this, quote, Austin Tice is alive. We look forward to seeing him walk free. For 13 years, the Assad government denied ever holding Tice captive. After the collapse of that regime, Bashar al-Assad fled to Russia. Attempts by CNN to reach him for comment were unsuccessful. We'll be right back.
A lot of controversy right there. But them people are monsters. They're absolutely evil people. Good luck to all of us. God bless America. God bless our troops. And may heaven help us all. Shalom.